Hey guys, Cloud9 here giving you my first HON guide for the hero Puppet Master. I'm going to be playing in middle lane as a carry puppet for my team. Because this is an AR game, I will be starting with 853 gold as opposed to the original and normal 600 gold. So when you're playing a normal game, please adapt your build as it will be somewhat different. I'm going to start the game off by building 2 talismans of exile, because that will give me the int to do some extra damage when I am creep killing and creep denying. And that'll allow me to pretty much level up and farm better than my mid opponent, as opposed to getting a bottle or something. You can get the bracelets if you are laning against high DPS heroes. It'll give you the strength and the HP to tank a little bit better. Usually you don't need it because you'll be focusing on trying to level as quickly as possible, and to do that you'll want your talismans and you'll want to ignore the runes and rush your steam boots as something. Hey guys, Cloud9 here giving you my first HON guide for the hero Puppet Master. I'll be playing an all-random game in the middle lane as a carry puppet for my team. Because I'll be starting with 853 gold as opposed to 600 gold, you're going to want to build one less item, and I'm going to be starting my build with 2 Talisman of the Exile, which will allow me to last hit creep kill and creep deny better than my mid opponent. You just want to build one less talisman if you're playing with 600 gold, and that will give you enough money to buy a health potion and maybe a minor totem as well. Some people like to build the fortified bracelets. You generally want to build the bracelet if you are laning against high DPS or spamming heroes. That'll give you more HP to tank and make sure you don't get comboed to death by someone like Madman or Pyro. Okay, we're going to be rushing Steam Boots as opposed to Ghost Marchers, because Steam Boots gives us the ability to swap between strength and intelligence, tanking and damage, as well as giving us the attack speed to pretty much auto attack our opponents to death. I generally do not get Ghost Marchers and don't recommend them because you don't need the extra move speed when you're playing Puppet Master because of your disables that you have, your first 2 abilities. And because I like having the ability to swap between running away with just 10 strength plus 10 strength, which gives you a ton of HP, or attacking with plus 10 intelligence, which will give you increased attack damage, as well as of course the attack speed that goes with it. Now some people like to build alchemist bones, and I'm going to unrecommend this because you don't need the extra attack speed when you're going for steam boots. If you do decide to go for ghost marches, and obviously you want to pick up some sort of attack speed item, you can get alchemist bones, but like I said, you don't really need the attack speed, especially when you're going the talisman build, because that'll give you enough damage to pretty much farm really well. And you'll be spending most of the game after you get your steam boots ganking instead of just farming. After my steam boots, I'll be going for Assassin's Shroud, and this is a really good item on Puppet for 2 things. One, if I'm going steam boots, I'm obviously not going to have the move speed to catch up to people when I'm engaging or ganking, and Assassin's Shroud will let me pretty much catch up, give me the move speed bonus, the plus 20% to engage and gank better and chase. And second, Assassin's Shroud, when you attack out of it, it gives you an extra 125 damage, and this stacks really well with my Whiplash, because my Whiplash charges decrease as I don't attack. So when you shroud and you run around, you're looking for someone to gank, you'll be able to come out of your attack and do tons of damage, because it will stack with your Whiplash damage. That means an extra 125 plus your critical and splash, and this will allow you to do several things which I'll show you on later. As the game goes on, there are 2 of the attack items that you can build. You can build Harkin's Blade, which is the stronger of the 2 items between Charged Hammer. because Harken's Blade is pure damage. I would recommend it if you are farming really well and you are just focusing on carrying and ganking all game. The downside of getting Harken's Blade is that it will cut your farm considerably if you wanted to go Charge Hammer, which lets you farm better and gives you more attack speed, as well as preventing you from stacking Vamp, which you can get from Whispering Helm, with this item. So if you want the Vamp and you're not doing so hot and you need to farm a little bit better, I would go for the Charge Hammer. Okay. The other two items that you can get are Puzzle Box and Sheep Sticks. These are self-explanatory. They are support items, so if you're playing a side lane or a support mid-carry, mid/carry support, then you might want to build the puzzle box, especially depending on certain matchups. Sheep Stick is a really good item. Obviously, it's a disabling item, so like I said, if you play support, this might be a good item for you. But generally, yep, I'll be going for Steam Boots, Shroud, and if the game had dragged on long enough, maybe a Harken's Blade or Charged Hammer to help me farm. Alternatively, some people like to build critical Rift Shards on Puppet Master. I find it unnecessary just because you have so much damage gain and you have your Puppet and your Disables that you don't really need the extra crit chance. But it's nice to have if you're doing really well and it gets into really late game. So I'm just gonna start up this game, and you're going to see me buy 2 talisman, a pot, and a minor totem. Like I said, if you start with 600 gold, just build 1 talisman, health pot, and whatever else you can spend your money on. Some people like to build the bot on puppet. When you're playing a carry puppet, you don't want to be a noob, and you just want to level as quickly as possible so that you can max your disables and disable people with longer cooldowns or longer durations. Yeah. So here, for the skill set build, I am going to get Whiplash first and alternate my next consecutive levels between Puppet Show and Puppet's Hold while maxing my Whiplash. So a good example is this: at level 5, I will have 3 levels of Whiplash, 1 level of Puppet Show, and 1 level of Puppet Hold. Now, the difference between Puppet Show is that it has a slightly longer range, and when you cast it on someone, it's technically a disabling, perplexing move, which means it forces the character that you're casting on to attack the nearest target. So if there's no creep near, or hero near the person you're casting on, it doesn't do anything. Okay? That said, it is a disabling move, so it'll prevent people from casting spells, and this is what you want to use when you're opening, engaging, or ganking. Puppet's Hold has a tiny bit shorter range, but it basically immobilizes the person, preventing them from running away. Obviously, there's a range to that, and you want to use this ability following up your Puppet Show or when you're chasing someone. So like if someone's running away and you want to catch up, you want to cast Puppet's Hold. Okay, so to reiterate, Puppet Show when you're engaging, and then Puppet Hold if you're chasing. And obviously, whichever one you decide to cast first, you want to follow up with the next cast. But I'll show you how this works at level 5, and then you'll see you'll be able to catch a kill. So here I am just farming. Obviously, like I said, the ideal goal for Puppet Master in mid, especially as a carry, is to level as quickly as possible, rush your Steam Boots, and start ganking as early as you can. To do this, I have decided not to check the runes at 2-minute marks, and instead I'll just focus on out-farming my mid opponent, who has decided to check runes and set up an early gank and failing miserably because he's a noob. So you'll see in a moment that I am already starting to out-level him. I am at level 4 and he is at level 3. Generally with Puppet Master, you want to harass your mid opponent if he gets within your range, but you don't want to make it your primary purpose. So you don't want to go out of your way to throw hits at him unless you feel like you can do it with relative safety. So I'm just going to focus on getting as many creeps as possible and just waiting for Wretched Hand to make a mistake. Because I've been taking shots at him, he is at reduced HP, and he has pretty much learned that I won't engage him unless I really want to. So he's going to make a mistake here, and I'm going to catch him by casting my Puppet Show first. And that'll prevent him from blinking away. I throw my extra shot in, then I cast Puppet Hold, and finish it off. Now you can do this at level 1. When you cast Puppet Show, you can throw in one hit and then it'll wear off, and then you can cast Puppet Hold right after your first hit. As you gain more levels and as these disabled durations, you know, they level up as they grow longer, you can throw in more hits. So say you have Puppet Show at level 3, maybe you can throw in 1 or 2 hits. 2 hits probably, nominal. And pretty much just follow it up with Puppet's Hold and just auto attack to death. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep farming, try to finish my Steam Boots so that I can start ganking. For your level 6, your Voodoo Puppet, basically you cast on someone, you attack the puppet, it does a ton of damage. Once you get your Shroud, you can Shroud and then hit your puppet, your Voodoo Puppet that you cast, and it'll kill it in one hit. Which is really good for certain ganks if you feel like you need to run away or kill an enemy really quickly. And you'll see this in action later. But yeah, basically rushing my Steam Boots and then watching the minimap, making sure that my allies don't get ganked. I'm staying in the lane even at level 6 because I want to level my Whiplash and get my Steam Boots first. These are vital to winning the game as a puppet carry. But anyways, I see my ally down here, and I see him, you know, getting attacked by Kraken, come in, save him, just by auto-attacking. Now this is very important. Some puppets like to cast their spells because they're noobs and they don't know what they're doing, and they feel like they have to cast something to win. That's not the case with Puppet. When you cast your spells, it disables someone. So you want to save it for instances that you actually need to disable someone. I saw that Kraken didn't have mana there, and I could have killed him by auto-attacking with Sever's help, so I didn't cast. Basically, this allows you a little bit more leeway when someone comes to support Kraken. If you saw over there to the right, Pesty was coming up. If he had come in, I would have wanted to save my disables so that I could cast on Pesty. So always be cautious and never use your abilities when you don't need to kill an opponent. You want to save your abilities for when you really want to use them when you get engaged or ganked. So here I am. I just finished my Steam Boots. I got my 2 kills already. I'm at 2-0. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish up this lane, and we'll start ganking right away. So you see me heading bot here, and then I'll see Wretched Hag, and because I'm a noob, I don't cast any of my spells, and I cast too late. But I see that Kraken has no mana, and because I have Steam Boots, I am slightly faster than his normal boots. So I'm gonna go chase, and I'm going to cast my Hold here, and then I'm going to get that hit in, like I said I was, and then I'm gonna cast my Puppet Show. Now you saw me switch targets there because I saw Andrew coming up. I felt that I could have gotten Wretched Hag, which I did. So it's okay to cast your disables on one hero and then aim for another hero if you think your allies will follow up and back you up. And most noobs do tend to go for people you disable, so you shouldn't worry too much about your allies trying to kill steal from you because they obviously will. But anyways, just like I said, you want to keep ganking, you want to keep switching lanes, and you don't want to focus on farming unless you're doing really bad. So like if I died early against mid, if Wretched Hag had been better at harassing me, then I'd probably be farming in the lane right now for my Steam Boots. But as you see, Wretched Hag was pretty bad this game. That said, Puppet Master is a really good mid hero because of his Whiplash. It does a ton of damage. So you pretty much can out harass any hero in the middle lane. So you see here, these controls are pretty bad. You see here I engaged and ganked Kraken by using my Puppet Show. Like I always say, when you engage you want to use your Puppet Show. I get lucky here because Zephyr's here to back me up. But you'll see that I've noticed both of them don't have mana, so I turn around right away, I use my health pot, and I chase. And when you're chasing, you want to use Puppet Hold, right? Now, because I don't have any abilities here, because it's on cooldown, and because I see Pestil's there to back him up, I quickly cast my ulti, see if I can take him out.